Kate Hudson, the golden girl of Hollywood whose career spans rom-com royalty to dramatic depth, has long been synonymous with effortless vitality. From her breakout role in Almost Famous at age 20, where she embodied the free-spirited Penny Lane with a raw authenticity that earned her an Oscar nomination, to her recent ventures into wellness entrepreneurship with Inspo, Hudson has built an empire on the pillars of health, humor, and unyielding optimism. At 46, she remains a beacon for women navigating midlife, proving that success isn't just about landing the next big role but cultivating a life that fuels the soul. In a candid new interview, Hudson peels back the curtain on her morning rituals, simple, intentional practices that she credits with transforming her career trajectory and overall well-being. Picture this: the first light of dawn filtering through the curtains of her Los Angeles home, a sanctuary of bohemian chic filled with crystals, plants, and family photos. Hudson wakes around 6 a.m., not to the blare of an alarm but to the gentle chime of a meditation app or the natural stirrings of her 3 children. Ryder, 21, from her marriage to Chris Robinson; Bingham, 13, with ex Matt Bellamy; and Ronnie, 6, with now fiancé Danny Fujikawa. This early rising isn't about discipline for its own sake. It's a deliberate anchor in a life that could easily spiral into chaos with film sets, brand launches, and the relentless pull of social media. I wake around 6 a.m. and do some sort of meditation practice while I drink warm water with lemon. I also try not to look at my phone during this time, she reveals, her voice warm and conspiratorial, as if sharing a secret elixir for the ages. This ritual, deceptively basic, is the cornerstone of Hudson's mornings. The warm lemon water, a nod to Ayurvedic traditions, kickstarts digestion and infuses the body with vitamin C, setting a tone of hydration and renewal. But it's the meditation that truly sets her apart, a practice she's refined over years of therapy, yoga retreats in Bali, and the introspective downtime between projects. Whether it's a guided breathwork session via the Insight Timer app or silent mindfulness focused on gratitude, Hudson uses these 10 to 15 minutes to center herself. "It's my non-negotiable," she explains. "In this business, where rejection and reinvention are constant, starting the day with clarity keeps me from reacting to the noise." Fans of her 2023 memoir Pretty Happy will recognize this ethos. The book, a wellness manifesto disguised as autobiography, emphasized fuzzy socks and radical self-care, and her mornings embody that philosophy. As the sun crests higher, Hudson transitions seamlessly into her next layer of ritual, a sacred pause before the world intrudes. About an hour after waking, post-meditation with the lemon water's citrus tang still lingering, she indulges in coffee or tea, a small luxury that feels like a reward. But here's where the magic unfolds. She steps outside barefoot, grounding her feet into the dew-kissed grass of her backyard, and engages in sun-gazing. "Then about an hour after I wake up, I'll have coffee or tea and walk outside barefoot and do sun-gazing, which is one of my new favorite things to do before my kids wake up," she dishes, her eyes lighting up at the memory. This practice, rooted in ancient yogic traditions, involves softly gazing at the rising sun for a few seconds, never directly to protect the eyes, absorbing its life-giving rays to regulate the body's internal clock. Hudson isn't one to adopt trends lightly, she's vocal about the science behind it. "Sun gazing is a great new thing I do in the morning. It's beneficial for your circadian rhythm and sets your body up for the day," she notes, citing studies from the National Institutes of Health on how morning light exposure boosts serotonin, sharpens focus, and combats seasonal affective disorder. For an actress whose days might start with script readings or end with red carpet glamour, this ritual is a game-changer. It sharpens her emotional availability for roles. Think her nuanced portrayal of a grieving mother in the 2024 indie drama The X, and sustains her energy for entrepreneurial pursuits. Inspo, her superfood powder line launched in 2022, was born from these very mornings, experimenting with adaptogens like ashwagandha during sun gazes inspired flavors like happiness in a jar. Breakfast follows, and here Hudson's approach is both pragmatic and nourishing, tailored to a household buzzing with youthful energy. She prioritizes a protein shake, often blended with Inspo's protein blend, almond milk, spinach, and a scoop of almond butter, for sustained fuel without the crash of carbs. But family comes first, and her fridge is a testament to that. Prepped mason jars brimming with sliced carrots, crisp cucumbers, jicama sticks, and bell peppers, submerged in just enough water to stay fresh. Fruits like mango chunks, pineapple spears, and vibrant berries sit ready for grab-and-go snacking. In my refrigerator, I cut carrots, cucumber, jicama, and peppers in mason jars with a little water at the bottom, and cut fruit such as mango, pineapple, and berries, and when the kids want a snack I tell them to open up the fridge, she discloses, laughing at the simplicity. This isn't performative parenting. It's survival strategy for a mom juggling glass onion sequels and school runs. These habits ripple into her afternoons and evenings, creating a holistic rhythm. Post-breakfast, Hudson might hit a Pilates class or review audition tapes, her mind primed by the morning's serenity. She's open about how these rituals salvaged her during tough stretches, like the 2021 divorce from Bellamy, when meditation became her lifeline, or the pressures of producing Truth or Dare, her 2025 thriller. They make a big difference in my life, she affirms, underscoring that success in Hollywood demands more than talent. It requires armor forged in quiet moments. As night falls, Hudson winds down with equal intention, keeping things simple to honor her body's need for rest. I like to get into bed really early and try to read before I go to sleep, she continues, often curling up with memoirs by the likes of Glennon Doyle or Elizabeth Gilbert, books that mirror her own quest for meaning. Sleep, she insists, is non-negotiable, aiming for 7 to 8 hours to combat the inflammation that plagues busy 40-somethings. Yet even in repose her curious spirit stirs. Her guilty pleasure? Scrolling live auction sites for home furniture. I am obsessed with home furniture and looking at live auction sites, not to buy anything but to browse and see what's out there, she admits with a mischievous grin. It's a harmless dopamine hit, envisioning velvet settees or mid-century lamps for her ever-evolving nest, a creative outlet that feeds her inner designer without derailing her sleep hygiene. Hudson's rituals aren't a rigid regimen but a flexible framework, adaptable to travel or tantrums. During Sister of the Groom press in Italy, she swapped barefoot walks for balcony sun gazes. On set in Atlanta, lemon water became her trailer staple. This adaptability is key to her career longevity, from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days box office sparkle to her directorial debut in the works. These habits keep me aligned, she reflects, so I show up as the best version of myself, whether directing a scene or hugging my kids.